Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and silence your cell phones. Our program will begin momentarily. Thank you. Welcome to the 2018 USC Women's Conference. Please welcome Reverse Osmosis to the stage.
Heavy words, little lies, telling everything but the truth. The truth. Three little words over time, overheard and overused. Used. No sweet nothing could ever be turned into something new. No grand gesture could ever be made to measure you. I know what I got and I know where we're going. You don't need to show it, I already know it all. It's what you don't do, it's what you don't say, it's what you don't do. I know you love me, I don't need proof. It's what you don't do, the games you don't play. Oh, I know you love me, I don't need proof. I've been saving up my time so I can spend it all on you. You know what I got. All I need is to see you smile. I've forgotten how to be. You know what I got. You know what I got. I know what I got and I know where we're going. You don't need to show it, I already know it all. It's what you don't do, it's what you don't say. I know you love me, I don't need proof. It's what you don't do, games you don't play. Oh, I know you love me, I don't need proof. Won't tell the whole world, just wanna be your girl. The closer we get, oh, what you don't say. I know you love me, I don't need proof. It's what you don't do, the games you don't play. I know you love me, I don't need proof. Won't tell the whole world, just wanna be your girl. I know you love me, I don't need proof. It's what you don't do, it's what you don't say. Oh, the closer we get, the less we need to show.
Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage USC's Associate Senior Vice President for Alumni Relations, Patrick Auerbach.
Thank you, and good morning, ladies, alumni, parents, students, and friends. Let's give Reverse Osmosis one more round of applause. It is my honor to welcome you to the 10th Annual USC Women's Conference, Passion, Power, and Wisdom. What began as a half-day forum a decade ago has become one of our most popular programs, and we're thrilled that you've joined us to celebrate a milestone anniversary. Before we begin our program, I want to recognize several university and alumni leaders who are here with us today. I ask them to please stand as I call their names, and to remain standing to be recognized as a group, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. The first group to acknowledge is the past presidents of the USC Alumni Association. They are Carol Fox and Ann Hill. Ladies, please stand. We are also joined today by our current president of the Board of Governors, and you'll be hearing from her shortly. Please welcome Jamie Lee. Today's conference would not have been possible without the generosity of our sponsors and supporters. We would like to give a special shout out to our presenting sponsor, Bank of America. Not only has Bank of America, thank you all, I'll keep talking though. There's a lot to say about them. They've been so wonderful. Not only have they been a premier partner for more than 25 years for the Alumni Association, they have those really cool bank cards with the Trojan logo on it. They're also a founding sponsor of the USC Women's Conference. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I want to thank B of A for their continued support of our Trojan family, so please give them a round of applause. We also are so proud of many generous sponsors, and I do want to list them here. There are Hecuba sponsors first, Keck Medicine of USC, Kennedy Wilson, and the USC Latino Alumni Association, and they are joined by our Cardinal sponsors, the Los Angeles Lakers, Christine Marie Ofeisch, Town and Gown of USC, the USC Dornsife College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, the USC Marshall School of Business. Do you feel like we're at commencement right now when they're calling out all the academic units? The USC Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism, the USC Rassier School of Education, the USC Gould School of Law, and the USC School of Pharmacy. So ladies and gentlemen, please a warm round of applause for all of our generous sponsors. And you could also find a list of every sponsor in your program book. But for now, I would like to acknowledge our USC Women's Conference Honorary Committee, which is comprised of all of the co-chairs of conferences past, and you probably saw that beautiful photo mosaic just now, who have ensured the growth and success of this extraordinary program for the last decade. Would the Women's Conference Honorary Committee please stand and be recognized? And last but never least, I want to recognize the USC Alumni Association staff members who have devoted countless hours to preparing every detail of this conference. Lara Alexander Abel, Melissa Sharpede, Nicole Gordillo, Teresa Verbeck, among all of my wonderful staff members, these amazing women of Troy, and a couple guys here and there. And of course, my colleague, who has really made this conference possible all these many years, Danielle Harvey Stinson. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. And her proud mama's in the front row right there. So. And now I would like to introduce our first speaker who will give the university greeting. Jamie Lee is a dedicated Trojan and natural-born leader who is the current president of the USC Alumni Association's Board of Governors. She currently serves as Chief Executive Officer of Jameson Realty Incorporated, which owns, manages, and leases approximately 18 million square feet of office, mixed-use, and multifamily properties in Los Angeles, and probably where half of you live or work. That was a joke. Just yesterday, Mayor Garcetti appointed her to lead the Board of Harbor Commissioners for the Port of Los Angeles, and she also serves on the boards of Town Hall Los Angeles and the Anderson Munger Koreatown YMCA. I'm exhausted. She has served on the Board of Governors since 2011 and previously served as the president of the USC Asian Pacific Alumni Association Board of Directors for 2 years. All that with 2 kids at home under the age of 2. Ladies, please join me in a warm welcome for Jamie Lee.
Thank you so much, Patrick, and good morning, everyone. It's such a privilege for me to be here to speak at the Women's Conference this year. I've had the opportunity to serve on the conference host committee 3 times, and it's been amazing to see how much this program has developed and evolved over the years, adapting to changing times and continuing to address the many issues that resonate with women today. This year, with the rise of the Me Too and Time's Up movements, it's never been more important for us to find our voices and assert ourselves so that we can challenge a status quo that often prevents us from realizing our full potential. I work in a male-dominated field, commercial real estate, where gender stereotypes persist despite all of the strides that women have made in the workforce. I deal with this boys' club mentality day in and day out. More often than not, just as many, if not most of you, have experienced as well, both professionally and personally. That's why I'm so honored to participate in this year's Women's Conference, which we hope will leave you with the tools and insights for living a more fully realized life of passion, power, and wisdom. If we want our culture to continue to evolve and advance, we ourselves have to be the change that we want to see. Super easy, am I right? Let's face it, it's often really hard to balance the demands of work, family, and everything else. When I was in law school here, one of my professors, Susan Estridge, said something that really stuck with me. Between a powerhouse career and good relationships with your partner and kids, you can have 2, but not all 3. For years, I really resented that. But now, as a wife, mother, real estate executive, and civic and alumni volunteer, I know what she meant. I prioritize and manage my time as efficiently as possible, but it's incredibly difficult, and some days I fall completely short. Over time, however, I've accepted that I just can't be all things to all people. The different priorities in my life give and take, but that doesn't mean we should ever stop striving to have it all. I hope that resonates with some of you. Fortunately, I draw strength from my family, as well as from the critical network of friends that I've made here at USC. I'm so proud of my alma mater, which has given me even more than a world-class education and lifelong friendships. This university has instilled in me a commitment to service, a sense of the wider world, and the ability to celebrate diversity in all its forms. USC also has a long and rich tradition of supporting the women of Troy, nurturing and encouraging us to excel in the classroom, on the athletic field, and in our professional careers, no matter what path we choose. I am the 94th president of the USC Alumni Association Board of Governors since it was founded in 1923. It would take 44 years before the first woman, Phyllis Norton Cooper, was elected as president of the board in 1967. Since that time, 11 women have held this position, including myself, 6 of whom have served in just this past decade. That's progress, but we've still got a lot of work to do, particularly in dispelling this myth that Trojan women volunteers are ladies who lunch. I've been volunteering for USC for almost a decade now, and let me tell you, there are plenty of us with demanding careers who still commit the time to give back to this university. As president, one of my goals has been to help create a welcoming and affirming environment where all Trojans feel respected and their contributions are valued. I can't do that alone, which is where we all come in, working together to support one another so that there's room for all of us at the table. Today, you've come to a university that's committed to equality and inclusion and equity. USC is also well on its way to becoming one of the world's most advanced and most influential research centers, a place where scholarship, innovation, and creativity thrive. Under President Nikias' leadership, USC continues to recruit transformative faculty, like acclaimed film, television, and stage actress Kate Burton, who joined the USC School of Dramatic Arts as a professor and master artist. Veteran animation executive Teresa Chang, the new chair of the USC School of Cinematic Arts, John C. Hench Division of Animation and Digital Arts, and biomedical engineer Christina Zavaleta, who has joined the faculty of the USC Michelson Center for Convergent Bioscience. In the second annual Wall Street Journal Higher Times Education ranking of the nation's top colleges and universities, USC was ranked number 15, one of only 3 California universities in the top 20. Out of the 150 universities in the Western United States, USC is number 3. USC's outstanding reputation is reflected by the quality of our students, who are among the best and brightest in the world. In fact, next year's freshman class is the highest achieving ever admitted. Just yesterday, acceptance letters were mailed out, and only 13% of the record-setting 64,000 applications were offered admission. Nearly 1/3 of these applicants had standardized test scores in the 99th percentile. These admission stats not only make this year's class the most selective on record, they also place USC among the top 20 most selective colleges and universities in the country. And even as we continue this ascent, we remain committed as ever to access and inclusion, with almost 17% of the current freshman class being the first in their families to attend college, the highest ever. Our University Park campus is also transforming and expanding. Last year, we celebrated the grand openings of 2 spectacular additions. The USC Village, the 1.25 million square foot residential and retail center, provides housing for 2,500 students. And Michelson Hall, the state-of-the-art home for the USC Michelson Center for Convergent Bioscience, which is transforming how research is conducted at the intersection of engineering and the life and biomedical sciences. We also broke ground for the USC Iveen and Young Hall, the new home for the USC Jimmy Iveen and Andre Young Academy for Arts, Technology, and the Business of Innovation. It's scheduled to open next year. And on the Health Sciences campus, the new Norris Healthcare Center opened to the public last month. The 7-story facility can accommodate more than 100,000 patient visits per year and offers expanded specialty services tailored to the current and future patient needs. More recently, we celebrated the start of the $270 million renovation of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Once the renovation is completed in August 2019, this legendary venue will be renamed the United Airlines Memorial Coliseum, thanks to a naming rights agreement between USC and the world's 3rd largest airline. None of this would be possible, however, without the generosity of our alumni, thanks in great part to many of you. USC continues to set new fundraising records. According to the Council for Aid to Education, USC ranked 5th in cash gifts in 2017. That's the 6th year in a row we've made the top 5, and only 2 other universities, Harvard and Stanford, have achieved this same feat. Also, 42% of our undergraduate alumni gave to USC last year, the highest rate among Pac-12 schools. Now that deserves a round of applause. We hope today's program will inspire you to stay involved or get more involved with USC and your Trojan family. Whether you're a young alumna, part of the Second Decade Society, or a half-century Trojan, whether you live right here in Los Angeles or came from Dallas or Seattle or London or Mumbai, whether you work in real estate, tech, or you're a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces or a teacher of our children, we have a place for you because we are the women of Troy. Forging ties with USC and fellow Trojans, as well as alumni of all ages, backgrounds, and experiences will enrich your life on so many levels as it has mine, and keep you and the Trojan family vital, thriving, ever-evolving for future generations. Thank you, and fight on. Now, before I introduce our keynote speaker, you were handed 2 pieces of paper when you walked in, a 1-page handout and a business card. You'll use them both during the presentation. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker. Julie Miller is the founder and president of SuccessFactorsInc.net, a provider of market-tested employee development and training programs that help participants recognize their key talents and align their goals with the company's vision and mission. Over the course of her career, she has consulted, trained, and coached executives of all levels at such Fortune 500 companies as Costco, Microsoft, and Starbucks. Through her work and research, she has identified the key success factors that enhance performance, leadership, skills, and profits. And she's also a best-selling author whose latest book is Self-Starters, 48 Amazing Stories to Ignite the Self-Starter in You. Ladies, please join me in a warm welcome for Julie Miller.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. How are you today? Good, very good, very good. I have a stool with water, there it is, and so we'll get right to it. So I just want to take a moment to thank Mr. Earl, because you see, I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for him. Some of you have heard me talk about Mr. Earl. He was my high school guidance counselor. And suffice to say, he was right out of central casting. Round face, beady eyes, glasses, red freckles, crew cut. So I'll never forget the day I walked into his office and he said to me, "Julie, you're too stupid to go to college. You should consider another path." Talk about being put back on your heels. And get this, I thanked him as I walked out. So for every degree I received, my BA and MS from USC and my doctorate from Seattle University, thank you. He got an invitation. So I say, thank you, Mr. Earl. He really was my curious source for power, passion, and wisdom. So how do you access your passion, your power, and your wisdom? How does it show up in your lives on a daily basis? Because you see, being passionate, walking in to your power, and acknowledging your wisdom is an inside job. Happens right in here and here. This conference has been called Passion, Power, and Wisdom. Really quite aspirational ideas, aren't they, when you think about it? So, when you think about these three, actually there's going to be a fourth word, sometimes people aren't feeling very passionate, or you don't have much wisdom to share right now, or you're not feeling like you have any personal power. Because I know I did it, once upon a time we made a decision about what those words meant to us and acted accordingly. So what I would like you to do is expand the meaning of those words today and look at it a little different, because I want to challenge your assumptions of those words. But before we go much further, there is a fourth element, and that's vision. It's important for our life journey, is it not, to have one? So you have a handout there and a card. You're going to be using both. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. That's why I have my little cheat sheet here. And don't worry about getting them all, because Danielle said I can post them on the portal, and she will tell you how that goes. Passion. Everybody talks about it, right? Got to find passion, got to live passionately, got to have passion. Well, yeah, I agree with that. But it's kind of become like a cliche. Everybody's saying it, right? Got to have it. Well, what does that mean? Well, I think passion really means you doing your best work with your talents and gifts and feeling fulfilled and successful from that, because the byproduct is leading a meaningful life. You know, I think that actually Mark Twain said it best. He said there are two important days in your life: the day you were born and the day you find out why. Your past is fixed. Your future is ahead of you. And I really encourage you to pursue what is meaningful to you, not what is expedient. I was talking with a buddy of mine. You know how you do the breakfast, how you doing, what are you doing, right? So anyway, we were talking, well, she's back in school. Now this is very interesting because this is a gal in mid-career, very successful. She worked at Russell Investments. Now she's at a company that some Microsofties, former Microsofties started. And she's, you know, the head auditor, senior manager, runs a team, you know, the whole bit. So I said, well, what are you doing now? She said, oh, I'm back in school. Really? She says, yeah. She says, you know, Julie, I'm very good at what I do, but it's not my passion. This box I'm in with these columns of numbers, that isn't what I want to do anymore. I want to make an impact on the company and on the people that work there. So she's back at school getting her organizational development degree. So there's a gal, mid-career, who found her passion. Because finding it will lead you down the path of where you're using your talents and your strength. You will make an amazing mark on the universe if you do that. I'm thrilled. I'm living my passion, but it was only through happenstance and circumstance that I ended up doing what I did, because when I graduated from USC, my goal was to be the best darn teacher I could be. So there I was, Claremont High School, teaching English, right? And a runner came from the office with a note. The principal wanted to see me. Okay, well, if you're a firstborn child, who are you? Show me your firstborns. We know we're in trouble, right? And no question. We are in trouble, right? Gasping for breath, knees shaking. You thirdborns in the room, you're the ones behind the door, giggling at us while we're just terrified. Anyway, he really surprised me. He said, he saw something I didn't recognize. He said, I want you to leave the classroom. And I said, hallelujah, no more English papers. But anyway, and he said, I want you to be a district trainer and teach teachers and help them along. I said, okay, great. Well, what was amazing was he opened the door just a bit, and I peeked through it. He recognized something I didn't even see. And then I realized I really was born to teach, to inspire, to help others, to equip people to have the most successful lives and careers they possibly can. So here I am today, having started Success Factors 10 years ago, with having that as my passion. So I have some questions for you that I want you to think about. So I wrote them down so I could remember them. And that is, what are you really good at? What makes you feel alive? Do you ever get in the flow where time just passes and you don't realize it? Are you choosing the work that matches your talents? Do you care about the progress of your career? Are you doing what you love? So, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down on that piece of paper, what are you passionate about? Are you living it? I'll give you just a second to write that down. One of the things about finding your passion, and people say to me, I don't know what it is. I'm just doing my job, I get up every day. But I would tell you, one of the tips is to ask yourself when you're doing something well, if you feel successful in that. And also watch for other people's response to you when you're doing something well, because that's the nugget of where you're going to find it. And you know what? Passion isn't found, it's made. It's through self-discovery that you get there. So, think about what you're doing with your passion. Because what you want to do is discover the why. Power. Boy, that's out in everybody's mind, isn't it? It's about women's empowerment. That's all the talk now. Finding our voices, which Jamie spoke to so eloquently. But you know, power sometimes I think people misinterpret. It isn't about smugness, ego, hubris, having the stage, being dominant. It isn't about that. It's all about inner assurance, self-confidence, trustworthiness, reliability. It's being able to feel very secure in what you have done and what you have achieved. My company was working with a young woman. Her American name was Mary from China, and she was a child prodigy in piano. She traveled all over her country giving piano recitals. Her father was in the military, which gave him some influence. So when she graduated from high school, now just imagine this, she graduated from high school and her father says to her, "Now Mary, do you want to go to college?" "Oh yes, Father, I want to go to college." She says, "Great," and handed her a plane ticket and the acceptance letter to a college in the Northwest. Yeah, can you imagine? No notice, nothing. Here it is, get on the plane, and she went. So she went to a liberal arts school in Oregon, graduated, got her master's with a special emphasis in marketing, and got a job in Seattle where she worked with Chinese and American businesses helping with their relations. Well, her issue was she didn't feel powerful. She was the youngest woman on the team, and when she went to board meetings, which were mostly men, she was pretty much ignored, pretty disrespected. So what we talked about was, what is your personal power? Where are your talents that you can express correctly? Because I said, girl, you got to walk in there like you own the place. You got to dress so professionally, and you got to sit by the power players and ask the right questions. Show your power, your talent, your passion. Well, she did, and she mustered up enough courage to quit and landed a job where her power and her passion were recognized. So this young woman went from someone that couldn't look you in the eye and giggled when she was embarrassed to owning it. What's your personal power? Write yourself a note. Here's some thoughts for you. Are you clear and confident about your skill sets? Do you know yourself and how you interact with the world? What would you say is your source of personal power? And when do you feel powerful? Again, this is an inside job, doing that inventory, thinking about where is that so that you can feel very secure. Wisdom, boy, did that come off as a cliche. Everybody says, oh, you know, with age comes wisdom. I don't think you have to be 101 to have wisdom. I think Aristotle said it very wonderfully when he said that the knowledge of self is the beginning of all wisdom. So what is wisdom? Well, it's experience and good judgment. It's common sense, right? It's being able to discern what is true, what is right. It's being able to know your skill sets so that you can empower others as well. I was interviewing for my book, which was really fun, Secrets of Self-Starter, and I was interviewing this young man, Jared, an amazing guy. This is a guy who found out what it meant to impact himself and others' lives. So his story is that he got out of the Air Force Academy and he, completed his obligation and got a job on the East Coast in consulting and loved the job, but he had seen this documentary on human trafficking. Now imagine this. It's just stunning. 2 to 4 million women and young children every year are sold into prostitution. Girls are going for as little as $10. He couldn't give it up, this tragedy of human trafficking. So he talked about it constantly. When I get rich, I'm going to do something about it. When I get old, I'll do something about it. And his boss said to him, shut up or put up. Do something about it now. So with that, he got on the internet, got his buddy, they maxed out their credit cards, and flew to Cambodia to meet Somali Mom. And Somali Mom was a victim herself, and she had started a shelter to help these children and women, start a new life. So he talked to them. He went on kidnapping raids, if you can believe it, to rescue these children and women away from these human traffickers. So at the end of his stay, he said, now what can I do for you? She says, well, I want to start a foundation in the United States. Can you help me with that? Sure, I'll raise $1 million for you, right? So he gets in the plane with his buddy, a couple shots of sake. After he said, I don't believe what I did, but let's have it at the United Nations. So with fearlessness, audacity, right, naivete, he put on the fundraiser at the United Nations. He didn't raise the $1 million, though, right? He raised $2 million. And he got luminaries on the board, including himself. So here's a young man that used his passion with some vision and wisdom to change others' lives. And so what is he doing now? He's gone to law school. He's helping others achieve their dreams. So here's a young man, passion, power, wisdom all together. The last one is vision. And vision, I think, is the hardest for people. It seems like, oh, I don't have a vision, I don't know where I'm going, oh, it's not clear, I don't see it, I can't find it. Well, I will challenge you and say, I don't think Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or Oprah Winfrey or Debbie Fields had all the bells and whistles, but they had something that they knew they could anticipate was coming if they just walked that way. The vision would start to unfold and the doors would start to open. So I encourage you to listen to that little whisper in your head that's possibly saying, what if? Take it out, look at it, listen to it, see what it is. I think we often think that we have to be hit on the head with, what is my purpose and why am I here? When it just may be the inkling of it. I was my final quarter in my doctoral program at Seattle U, and the speaker came and she said, now what I want you to do is I want you to draw a picture of your perfect job. What does it look like? So I drew a house and stick ladies and offices and conference rooms and a training room. And so we were asked to share it, the drawing. I held it up. I burst into tears. And I said to myself, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I said, oh, well, never mind. I was a single mother at the time with 2 little guys working full time. I said, I'm just tired. Well, what I realized was, it was the vision my father had for me. I was fulfilling his vision of being a school superintendent. I lasted 3 years. I was out of there, right? Because I realized that wasn't my vision for my life. That isn't what I was supposed to be doing. And so with that, I left, and I decided it was helping people reach their potential, and I've heard that mentioned tonight. So I started Business Writing That Counts. It's a 30-year-old company now, and what I do is help people be better communicators. Because if you can write, you'll advance in your career. You can't write, you won't get promoted. Well, so that went along for a while, and then another whisper came, and I said, what if I could do something, leverage all I've learned about successful people? What if I could do something with that? And so I started Success Factors. And what it really is about is closing the gap for you between your vision and really answering the question that Mark Twain asked you, why was I born? What is my purpose? So, vision is harder. So what I've done, I've split it 2 ways, and then I'm asking you a series of questions that go internal, thinking about yourself, doing that inventory, and external. So let me read you some of these questions. Okay, here we go. What are the highest qualities of how you are at your core? What are your limiting beliefs, and what are you doing? What habits are you acquiring to fight that off, to fight off those limiting beliefs? Because I say enough already. You've got it all that you need to be successful and have the life you want. You have it all now. Okay, what action steps will you take, or what habit will you acquire? What impact do you want to make with your time on this earth? What are you doing now to get there? So that's the inward. Externally, think about this. Where are you going? What is the mental picture you want of yourself and to become? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to expand your business? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to be wealthier? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to move to a new city. Maybe you want to get divorced. Maybe you want to get married. You got to do one of those, right? But if you heard in each of the questions I've asked you, it's about taking the next step towards your beliefs in yourself and what you want to do. So you got to line the two to get there. One of the things I do to keep myself accountable, I started a group. I bet you've heard of it. It's in the Valley. Big Thinking Women. Any of you heard of that group? It's great. We started one in Seattle, and we get together every 6 weeks, right? Business women, business owners, and chat about what is our vision, what are our dreams, how are we going to get there. It's marvelous. It's a wonderful support network for me, and they have been really instrumental in helping me move along in my career and with my dreams. So, in closing, you have that little card, and what I want you to do is think about what is it that you are willing to commit to? What are you willing to do next? And I have it folded so you can put it on your desk and stare at it every day. Fill that out. My job today was to inspire you. Bottom line is you inspire me. The fact that you would give up your busy lives to come here today and learn and be together is admirable. Your life is unfolding. You're writing it and editing it every day. How your life story is told depends on your willingness to explore passion, power, wisdom, and vision. You know, a lot of people say life's a journey. I say now or never. There is no next time. I want you to go forward and take the next steps. I want you to stop listening to the gremlins in your head. I want you to thank the Mr. Earls who have inspired you to the next level. Go forth and believe in your heart's desire. Thank you. Thank you.
Please welcome back Patrick Auerbach and USC's Assistant Vice President for Alumni Relations, Danielle Harvey Stinson.
Hello again, everyone. We're off to a great start thanks to our morning speakers, Jamie Lee and Julie Miller, who both were so engaging and inspiring. Let's please show our appreciation with another round of applause for both of these outstanding women.
Yes, and now it is time for our morning breakout sessions. You'll find journals and pens for taking notes inside of your gift bags, and all of our morning sessions will take place in the Ronald Tudor Campus Center.
For one-on-one programming, head over to the Power Lounge in Town and Gown for career counseling, professional headshots, and more. Our Alumni Association staff and Society 53 student ambassadors will be outside Bovard directing you to the workshops or the Power Lounge, so please look for the signs.
And please keep using our hashtag USCWCX, USCWC18, USCWC, whatever you want to add to it.
After the workshops, please be sure to join us in McCarthy Quad for lunch. If you need directions, again, please refer to the campus map in your program book or ask either one of our honorary host committee volunteers, Alumni Association staff, or Society 53 members.
And then remember, our second round of workshops will begin at 1:30, so please be sure to check your registration materials for the locations, the times, and the topics.
And you know they say location, 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 right?
Uh-oh.
Have you heard that?
It sounds like you're trying to drop some hints about some things that may be happening next year.
Who, me?
Patrick.
No,
Yeah.
I don't like
Want
to.
good gossip on this campus.
Nobody in here gossips, right? Not this group, not me. Okay, so we kind of want to share something that we think we're going to do. Danielle, you want to talk about it?
Okay, so as you know, this is our 10th anniversary. This is a huge milestone. For the last 10 years, we have engaged thousands of USC women, our students, our parents, our friends of the university. And we feel like it's time to mix it up a bit and do something a little different. So next year, instead of coming here to campus, we are going
To set our sights on heading to the East Coast of the United States, because we have so many alumni, parents, and friends on the East Coast, and we want to give them some of this women's conference love. Some of them do make an effort to be here. Is anybody here from the East Coast?
Where's our East Coast
Well, thank
people?
you. All right,
Yeah.
ladies, thank you. So next year, your commute will be a little shorter, and it'll be longer for everybody else.
Yeah.
So everyone from here, from Southern California, is welcome to join us. We have our sights set on Washington, D.C. So, okay, very good. It's a very important place to be nowadays. So if we want to continue to impact change and make the world a better place. What better opportunity to bring the Trojan family and the Women's Conference somewhere where we could make a big difference here, but let's now spread this love around. So there will be more details on that soon.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, you want to just say that?
Yes. So enjoy your workshops. We'll see you in McCarthy Quad for lunch. And as always,
Fight on.
Woo.
Sing volunteer.